Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. As you have no doubt seen earlier today, Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation unveiled 13 separate indictments against Russian citizens who allegedly tried to meddle in the 2016 election. You're going to hear a massive amount of propaganda about those indictments and what they mean in coming days. So we've looked at them carefully, and here's what seems to be true about them. The indictments describe a Russian effort to, quote, sow discord in the American political system. This effort began in 2014. That was, of course, before Donald Trump or any other candidate had declared for the presidential race. The effort didn't seem to have a particular ideological agenda. The point was to stir up trouble. During the 2016 race, these 13 Russians allegedly ran Facebook ads and tried to organize events that criticized Hillary Clinton and supported Donald Trump. But the Russians also supported some left-wingers like Bernie Sanders and Black Lives Matter. Hillary Clinton was the front runner for most of the race, and they wanted to yank her chain, and they did. But once the election was over, the Russians immediately started organizing rallies against Donald Trump. Rallies, though, is probably an overstatement. An anti-Muslim event, for example, allegedly organized by the Russians, drew a total of 4 RSVPs. An anti-Hillary event in New York got just 45. The only really successful event the Russians appeared to have pulled off seems to be an anti-Trump rally in New York City after the election right outside Trump Tower. Now, all of this is annoying. Obviously, they're foreigners, but none of it seems momentous. Here's what's not in the indictments: any evidence at all that any Russian behavior changed a single vote or did anything to sway the election in any direction. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein admitted as much today. Watch.
There is no allegation in this indictment that any American was a knowing participant in this illegal activity. There is no allegation in the indictment that the charged conduct altered the outcome of the 2016 election.
In a statement this afternoon, the White House even boasted about today's news. Quote, President Donald J. Trump has been fully briefed on this matter and is glad to see the special counsel's investigation further indicates that there was no collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. And that's basically true. Close to 20 people have been indicted in this investigation so far. Still not a single piece of evidence that the Trump campaign colluded with Putin. Collusion, you'll remember, was the reason we supposedly needed this multi-year, multi-million-dollar investigation in the first place, the one that has basically ground Washington to a halt and put your concerns on the back burner. And yet the evidence unearthed so far suggests precisely the opposite of collusion. Today's indictments say the Russians made contact with, quote, unwitting Trump supporters and campaign members. Now some journalists are scrambling to revise their previous claims. They're backing off collusion. Time columnist and NYU professor Ian Bremmer tweeted this today, a ludicrous claim, quote, nobody plausible ever said there was a case for collusion. Really? Democrats in Congress have been saying that out loud for more than a year, very often live on this show, so that's a lie. But at least we know what our federal agents have been doing recently, while they were too busy to stop school shootings. They've been chasing down bad Facebook trolls. Today, the FBI admitted it was given explicit warning that Nicholas Cruz could be planning a massacre, but they never even followed up on that. If only someone had told them Cruz was talking to Vladimir Putin, they would have been on it, presumably. George Washington University law professor Jonathan Turley joins us tonight. Professor,